So now that I've done that, let's move on to shapes. I can drop in straight lines, arrows. I can drop in a square if I would like. And you'll see when I drop that square in, it covers everything because it's filled with a color. So over here on the right, this is the actual border color of any shape that you drop in. So if I want this to be green, and instead of this being a white inside fill, maybe I want it to be this color, or maybe this one. And then what you can do is you can actually build a document from here or add to a document you have simply by opening preview and adding these features if you would like or if you want to. Finally, we get to text. So let's say that I have a PDF and I want to add something to it, but I actually can't go into the PDF and modify. A quick thing that you could do is add the text that you want. So I'm just going to call this new document. That's the way that I would like this to be. I can grab this and put it over here. So here's a thought. Let's say that I have a PDF, or someone shared a PDF with me, or I have one from 2 years ago. And I think this is great, but I need to modify it because I don't teach this anymore, or I teach something else. A simple way to do that is to change the color of your options for your shape, grab a shape, let's say maybe a square, go up here, do a little bit of modifying, and I know it's not going to be exactly perfect, but let's say that this is where it was. So I'm going to grab this text, and once I grab it, and I drag it over, you're going to notice that it falls in behind. The preview does this by layering. It's very much in the Adobe thought process, and if you used other Adobe tools like Photoshop or anything like that, layering is a big deal. So you just want to make sure you layer in the correct order, but you could simply lay a white box over where you were, drop in some new text, and you've modified your PDF without having to actually create a brand new PDF. The next option I'm going to show you is the notes option. So you can drop a note in anywhere you would like. You can move the notes to certain locations on the document. So if you have one and you need to make an annotation for it, you can do this and just say move this here, and then it will save your note. And in your thumbnails, you can go to your highlights and notes, and you'll see that I added that. What I can do if I need to get rid of this is I can secondary click and either edit or remove, and it will remove it from the notes that I have. The last thing I want to show you that's in the markup toolbar is signature. This is a very, very neat way to get your exact signature in on a PDF. Preview will give you 2 different ways to do this. When you drop down the option, the first one is your trackpad. You can actually sign your name on the trackpad using your finger. It's not as smooth, but you can do it. When you click here to begin, please note that it says press any key when finished. So when you sign, you are going to then want to press any key, or if you try to use the trackpad to go to done, it's going to add squiggles to your signature. So I'm going to try my signature, and that's a fairly close iteration of my signature, but I don't want to now try to use the trackpad to go to done. I'm just going to tap the space bar. It shows me what it is, and I can click done. Now let's say that I want to drop this in. Well, I just click on it, I can resize it, I can move it anywhere I need to, and I can now add my signature to any PDF that I need to. The other way that you can do this is a pretty neat feature that they have if you want a more exact copy of your signature. So what you will need is a piece of white paper. So I have my official signature right now on a white piece of paper. I'm going to choose camera. When I choose camera, you'll see that a line pops up. Now you'll notice what happened. I'm using a piece of paper that has lines on it that can be seen. So when I say done, my signature actually picked up all these different lines and markings, and it wasn't clear in the camera. So you can take that as many times as you need, but that's why it's important that that piece of paper is plain white, because it really picks up any lines that may be there. So you can then modify that. If you have your signature in there and you don't like it, you simply hit the X. If you don't like either of them, you just remove them. But notice I still have this one that I put in my document. It will not remove it unless you want to remove it. Those are the key options in your markup toolbar, and we are going to look at a few other ways that we can use Preview to combine PDF documents and work from a blank.